A toxic manager is definitely looking out for themselves. Every business, regardless of the type of business, the containment is the workplace is a professional environment. It does not matter what the industry is. When you come to work, you are expected to be what? A professional. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate because sometimes board leaders, CEOs, executives, depending on the size of the business, really don't know what's the day ins and day out of what's going on within management, how their leaders are treating staff. A lot of times because they're focused on scaling the business, they're focused on how to grow, develop. This area is something that can happen for a long time before the whole organization catch wind of it. A toxic manager is definitely looking out for themselves. Even in research, their behavior is described as doing things for their own intent. They know how to talk well to higher ups, and they also know how to play the game and manipulate certain situations that leans into their favor. It's never about the employee that's affected, nor is it really about the business intention. So we can't prevent toxic leadership from happening. We can't prevent toxic managers. I mean, it can happen to anyone. Anyone can be toxic. Whether it's through bitterness, whatever it's through trauma, whether it's insecurity, anyone can be in this seat. It could be the CEO doing this to all employees. It can be a manager, a disgruntled manager that's been there for a long time. They don't want nobody else to take their spot unless they get the next seat. You get what I'm saying? So it could be any reason. We have to say how to rehabilitate this toxic manager as well, because that toxic manager behavior has to be addressed. We know the effects of how it affects employee performance or employee engagement and even the morale of employees. And we know that it can lead to turnover. We know that people will voluntarily quit, quietly quit before they voluntarily quit. And some will do things to get them fired because, hey, they need a little money on the back end. Hello. But it is the business responsibility for how things are conducted internally within the business. So a lot is on the external things. They think about the marketing, the operation, the economy, but without the internal being function and being regulated and monitored on how people are being taken care of in the workplace, without that, it doesn't matter what goes on externally because the company is literally going to be deteriorating from the inside out. So yes, at the end of the day, it is the business responsibility. And if you decide to sue as an employee, the manager, hey, I'm pretty sure a lawyer will find a case in that in some way. I'll definitely understand as a ex-HR person that's a PhD student, and on top of that, someone that actually lived the experience of toxic leadership. But not only that, I was a manager.